Hello students, today we are going to start our new chapter of accountancy and the name of the chapter is Origin of Transactions, Source Document of Accountancy. And students, first of all we will have to understand what is the origin of transaction. We know that every business every day purchase some types of goods and services. That time they pay cash or they receive a bill. That bill may be in the form of cash memo, cash receipts, invoice or bill, debit note, credit notes, pay in slip, check, etc. And these documents are called source document. So, what is the meaning of source document? These documents are first record of every transaction. When we purchase something from a shop, that time the shopkeeper provided a bill to us and the quantity, rate and price are mentioned on that document, that is the source document. This document is the proof that for the support of the purchase and sale. These documents are required for audit, tax assessment, and these are also helpful as a legal evidence in case of disputes. So, the following types of documents are mentioned in this chapter are first is cash memo. When a trader sells goods for cash, it means that if a trader sells the goods in cash, not in credit, that time he gives a cash memo. And when he purchases goods, that time he receives a cash memo. Suppose I am the seller of the good. That time if someone purchases goods from me, that time I will give a receipt or I will give a paper. That paper is called cash memo. The details of regarding items, quantity, rate and total price is mentioned on the cash memo. Cash transactions are recorded in the books of accounts on the basis of these cash memos. It means that if that person purchases goods from me, that time on the bill I mentioned the price, quantity, rate, and on the behalf of that bill he transact the transaction in the original books of journal entry. So that is the primary document. Here one specification of cash memo is given. Here the format of that cash memo is given that first one is quantity, second one is description, third one is rate and last one is amount. So first of all, in cash memo the name of the company is mentioned and the name of the company we assume that Global Watch Company. Then address is mentioned. So here address is A115 Defense Colony, New Delhi. Then number of bill is also mentioned on that slip. Then to whom I give the bill, that name is mentioned in the front of to. Then quantity, description, rate and amount. In quantity 3 watches are purchased. The company of the watch is Titan Regalia D06, that is the model number, and the rate of that watch is 2300 per piece. And that time how much quantity that the company purchases, that is 3. So 3 into 2300, total price of that model is 6900. Then second type of watch is the purchaser purchased 2 quantity Titan Raga company and model number is 108. Rate of that watch is 2700. That they purchased 2 quantity, it means 2700 multiply 2, then the total price is 5400. So what is the total amount? That is 6900 plus 5400 and total of this is 12300. Then company gives discount 10%. So on 12300 the discount rate is 10%, that is 1230. After that, the customer paid, that is 11070, that is the total price. And on the slip, one condition is mentioned that goods once sold are not taken back or exchanged. After that, the signatures column of manager are given that. That is the overall format of cash memo. Second type of document is invoice and bill. When a trader sells goods on credit basis, if the trader sells goods on cash basis, that time they give the bill and the name of the bill is cash memo. But when a trader sells goods on credit basis, that time they prepare a bill and that bill is called invoice and bill. So what is the basic difference between bill and cash memo? If seller sells goods on cash basis, that time they prepare a document, that document is called cash memo. But if the goods are sold on credit basis, the document is called bill. On that bill, rate, quantity, total amount is mentioned that. And the original copy of the bill is sent to the purchaser and the duplicate copy is kept for making records. And the specification of this bill is given that. Here, same like previous, name of the company is mentioned first, then address is mentioned, here number of bill, then to whom we issue the bill, that is mentioned. After that, terms and condition is also mentioned, then date is mentioned. After that, the format is given that quantity, description, rate and amount. In this, the company is Malhotra Electronics. So they purchased 2 quantity of washing machine of 6 kg, 1 quantity of washing machine that is 5 kgs, and 1 quantity of washing machine that is 4 kg. So there are 3 types of washing machine and the rate is given that the first type of machine, the rate of that machine is 23,300. The second type of machine, the rate of that machine is 19,500, and the rate of third machine is 14,500. They purchased 2 quantity of first type, that is 23,300 multiplied 2, the total amount is 46,600. The second type of machine, the quantity is 1, it means 19,500 multiply 1, the total price of that type of machine is 19,500. And the third type of machine, that quantity is 2 and the rate is 14,500. So total of this is 29,000. Then total of all the type of machine, that is 95,100. Then on credit purchase, company gives tax at the rate of 10%. So 95,000 plus 100, 95,100, and the sales tax is added, that increases the price of the machine. So 9510 is the sales tax. After that, the total sales price is 1,04,610. Handling and delivery charges also given, that is 400, and total of this, that is 1,05,010 rupees. That is also mentioned in the terms of words also, that is given at the last of the bill, that is rupees 1,05,010 only. Then here the column of signature is mentioned that the partner and for Malhotra Electronics. Then the next type of document, that is receipt. When a trader receives cash memo from a customer, when they gives the receipt to the customer, that time they issue bill, and when they receives the bill, that is called receipt. So the format of receipt and bill both are same. And on that date, amount, name of the customer, original copy of the receipt is given to the customer and duplicate is kept for making records, that is same. Next is debit note. Due to some reasons, when the goods are defective and that time we return the goods to the supplier, so that time we issue debit note. to the supplier. When we return goods to a supplier, we prepare a debit note and send it to supplier with the returned goods. And debit note is a document which indicates that supplier account is being debited. It means that if we send the goods to the supplier, that time we will have to receive money because we already paid that money, and due to some reasons we don't like the goods and we return the goods to the supplier. So that time we debit it to supplier's account, and that time the document is prepared. That document's name is debit note. It is a source document, and in this duplicate copy, the original copy is sent to the supplier and the duplicate copy is kept for making as a record. The specimen of the debit note is given below. Here the format of that is given. In this, first of all, address is mentioned on that side, that is on right side. Then number of debit note is given. Then date is mentioned. To whom? It means that will be a person or a company. That bill is sent. That name is mentioned on that in front of the name and address. Then we are debiting your account as follows. We mentioned that we are debiting your account, so that will be also mentioned on the debit note. Then what is the good that we return to the company? That is here given that Jeep torches, your invoice number is 350, are being returned as the torches are badly damaged. Because the torch are badly damaged, due to this reason I return your goods. So that is defective goods. That's why the company returned that goods. That time they have to make debit note. And what is the price of that goods? That is 6,000. So after that, for the name of the company, that is Padmalya Products Limited, that is also mentioned, and after that manager's signature is mentioned on debit note. Then credit note. If we return the goods, that time we will give documents. That document is called debit note. But when we sold the goods and any company returned that goods to us due to some defective reason, that is called, and that time that company issue a bill to us, that is called credit note. So that is also same as like debit note. Next one is pay in slip. This is the form available from a bank and used to deposit money. When we are going to bank for depositing money, we will have to fill a slip, and that slip is depositor duly stamped and signed by the cashier of the bank. That slip is called pay in slip. The accounting name of that document is pay in slip. Next one is check. We know about check. Check is an order in writing drawn from a bank to pay that sum of money to the person whose name is mentioned on that document. Each checkbook has a counterfoil in which the same details is entered in the check are filled. And here one specimen of check is given, that the check that belongs from the Federal Bank, and the branch of the bank is in New Delhi, Karol Bagh. The pin code is 110005. IFSC code is also mentioned of Federal Bank. CA account valid for 3 months. The check are valid for 3 months. And after that, date, month, year column is mentioned, and in the column of pay we will have to mention the money, and that money is also mentioned in the terms of words also in the front of rupees column. Then total is mentioned at the front of the rupees column. After that, authorized signature. The person who issue the check, that person sign on that check. So that is the specimen of check is described here. Now voucher. Voucher is very important. On the basis of source document, entries are first of all recorded on vouchers And then on the basis of voucher, journal books, that is also called books of original entry, are prepared. So voucher is the base for preparing journal. That is very important in the accounting. The serial number is also mentioned on the voucher. Relative source documents are attached with the voucher. So what is the basic difference between source document and voucher? First of all, source document support to the voucher and voucher support to the source documents. It means both are supported to each other. The second difference is that it is not prepared to record transactions, but vouchers are prepared for the purpose of recording transactions. Third one is it contains full details of the transaction, and voucher contains details in short form. Source document is the evidence of the transaction, and the vouchers are documents of correct recording of a transaction. Types of voucher. There are mainly two types of voucher, cash voucher and non-cash voucher. The cash voucher are further classified into two parts, that is debit voucher for cash payment and credit voucher for cash receipt. So first of all, cash voucher. Cash voucher are prepared for cash transactions, that is cash receipt or cash payment. These are two types, debit voucher and credit voucher. In debit voucher, these are prepared for the transaction involving cash payment, such as for cash payment of expenses, for cash purchase of goods, cash purchase of investment, cash purchase of fixed assets, cash payment to creditors, for depositing cash into the bank. It means any cash transaction in which the cash goes from the business, that time we prepare debit voucher. The content that is belongs from debit voucher are date of preparing voucher are mentioned on the voucher, serial number of voucher are mentioned, name of the account debited is also mentioned, narration is mentioned, and net amount of transaction is also mentioned. What is narration? For a whole transaction or for the description or descriptive evidence, we will have to write brief description. That brief description is called narration. For example, if I go to the shop and purchase a torch in cash, that time for this description I will write cash torch purchase in the form of cash. That is the brief description of that transaction. So that is called narration. We will have to mention narration, not the whole description of the transaction. Net amount of transaction is also mentioned. Source document number is mentioned. Here, if the net amount of a debit voucher is 5,000 or more, a revenue stamp of 1 rupees is affixed and signature of the person receiving the payment are obtained across the revenue stamp. It means that on debit voucher, the stamp is mentioned and that stamp's price is rupees 1 or 2 maybe are posted on that debit voucher. The format of debit voucher may be as follows. Here, debit voucher, name of the company, address of the company. On the left side, voucher number is mentioned. Right side, date is mentioned. Then, office equipment account and debit to whom we give the debit voucher. The person's name is mentioned. For filling cabinet purchase for cash wide, it means that debit voucher are for office equipment. It means we purchase office equipment and we will have to pay 30,000 for that equipment. So total of this is 30,000. Signature of manager as well as signature of accountant, both are mentioned on debit voucher. And here received rupees is also mentioned on the left side. After giving the debit voucher, we also mention note. Since the source document is available, the receipt portion of the debit voucher has not been filled. Credit voucher, that is almost same as debit voucher. These are prepared for cash receipt. So what is the basic difference between debit voucher and credit voucher? Debit voucher is given for cash payment and credit voucher is for cash receipt. Other things are same. So here the cash receipts, some examples are given that for cash receipt of income, for cash sales of goods, for cash sales of investment, for cash sales of fixed assets, for cash receipt from debtors, for withdrawing cash from bank. It means in any form when cash comes in the business, that is income for the business, that time we will have to purchase, we will have to make credit voucher. Content of credit voucher are date of preparing voucher, serial number of voucher, name of account, narration, net amount of transaction, source document, all are mentioned. Here the format is also given that. Now, non-cash voucher, that is the second type of voucher. These vouchers are prepared for non-cash transaction. Here the example is for credit purchase or credit sales of goods, for credit purchase and credit sale of investment, for credit purchase and credit sale of fixed asset, for return of goods purchased or sold on credit, for providing depreciation, for providing bad debts. The content is date of preparing voucher, serial number of voucher, name of account debited, narration, net amount of transaction, source document number. The only difference is that the cash voucher are prepared for cash transaction, the non-cash voucher are prepared for non-cash transaction. It means on credit basis. The format is here. First of all, transfer voucher, name of the company is mentioned, then the address is mentioned, then voucher number is mentioned on the left side, date is mentioned on the right side. Then in debit, purchase account, 100 tube lights at the rate of 150 each, 5 ceiling fan at the rate of 8,000 each. So 100 into 150, the total amount is 15,000. 5 into 8,000, the total amount is 40,000. Total of both, that is 55,000. So we will have to pay 55,000 to the Tripati Electricals Limited. Then signature of manager and signature of accountant is also mentioned on the transfer voucher. Here the last document is compound voucher. A document showing a transaction that contains multiple debits and one credit, or multiple credit and one debit. It means both debit as well as credit, both transaction occurred at the same time. That time we prepare compound voucher. And compound voucher may be two types, debit voucher and credit voucher. Debit voucher, a document showing a transaction that contains multiple debit and one credit is called debit voucher. And credit voucher, a document showing multiple credit and one debit, that is credit voucher. So the learning factor is that here multiple is debit, so that is debit voucher. Here multiple is credit, so that is credit voucher. It means that the number of transaction is large, that is called the name of the voucher. Multiple, it means many debits and one credit. That time what is the larger amount? That is multiple. So that is called debit voucher. Or in case of credit voucher, multiple credits and one debit. It means the large number is multiple. So that is credit voucher. With this, our chapter is finished. Now with the help of next video, we will discuss our next chapter.